Disrespect, whether from a colleague, a friend, or even a stranger, can shake us to the core. It stings, it angers, and often, it leaves us questioning our self-worth. But what if you could face disrespect without being rattled? What if instead of reacting with anger or hurt, you could stand firm, calm, and unbothered? This is where the ancient wisdom of Stoicism comes in. Stoicism teaches us how to respond to life's challenges with strength, resilience, and peace. Today, we're going to explore 10 Stoic lessons that will help you handle disrespect with poise and power. Before we dive in, if you find this content valuable, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more transformative Stoic insights. Lesson 1. Keep your calm. Your reaction is your power. One of the most crucial lessons in Stoicism is learning to keep your calm. The moment someone disrespects you, your natural reaction might be to lash out or defend yourself. But here's the truth. Your reaction is your power. Marcus Aurelius, the Roman emperor and one of the greatest Stoic philosophers, said it best: "You have power over your mind, not outside events." Realize this, and you will find strength. When faced with disrespect, remind yourself, "I control how I respond." Staying calm isn't a sign of weakness, it's a show of strength. Picture this. A coworker undermines you in a meeting. Instead of reacting impulsively, you pause. You maintain your composure. You respond with measured words. Or maybe, you choose not to respond at all. Your calm demeanor unsettles them, not because you let them off the hook, but because you rise above the insult. In a world filled with impulsiveness, Stoic calm is your superpower. Lesson 2. Reflect on yourself. Look inward first. When someone disrespects us, it's natural to point the finger outward. But one of the key teachings of Stoicism is to reflect on yourself first. Before you react, take a step back and ask, "Am I contributing to this situation in any way?" This isn't about blaming yourself, but rather taking accountability for your actions. Maybe someone's rude to you, and your first thought is, "How dare they?" But pause for a moment. Could their reaction be a reflection of something you did? Self-reflection is a powerful tool in Stoicism. It allows you to adjust and grow. Imagine Sophia, who frequently experiences friction with her colleagues. After some introspection, she realizes that her tone in meetings often comes across as dismissive, which unintentionally triggers defensive reactions from others. By acknowledging this, Sophia can correct her behavior and prevent future conflict. This reflection isn't about being self-critical, it's about being self-aware. In situations of disrespect, ask yourself if there's anything you can adjust to prevent such encounters in the future. Lesson 3. Learn to pause. The space between stimulus and response. In Stoicism, the pause is everything. It's the small but mighty space between stimulus and response. Epictetus taught us, it's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. This is especially true when dealing with disrespect. When someone insults you, your first instinct might be to snap back. But this is where the power of the pause comes in. Before reacting, take a breath. Pause. Let the moment pass through you without becoming attached to it. This small pause gives you the mental clarity to respond in a way that aligns with your values, rather than being pulled into a reactionary cycle. Imagine you're in a heated argument with a family member. They say something hurtful. Your anger surges, but instead of firing back, you take a deep breath. You give yourself time to choose how you'll respond. This moment of pause can mean the difference between escalating the conflict or diffusing it. The pause is power. It grants you control over your reactions, which is a core Stoic principle. Lesson 4. Have empathy. Understand. Don't excuse. It might sound counterintuitive, but when dealing with disrespect, empathy can be one of your greatest strengths. Marcus Aurelius said, "Whenever you are offended, remember that it is not the event that disturbs you, but your own judgment about it." What if you could look at the person disrespecting you and, instead of reacting with anger, respond with empathy? Maybe they're going through something difficult. Maybe their disrespect is more about their inner turmoil than about you. Empathy doesn't mean you're excusing their behavior. It means you're choosing not to let their negativity dictate your emotions. Consider John, a manager whose employee speaks to him disrespectfully during a meeting. Instead of reprimanding him immediately, John tries to understand where the anger is coming from. He finds out that the employee is dealing with personal issues, which has affected his behavior at work. By showing empathy, John is not condoning the disrespect, but he's gaining insight into the person's state of mind, allowing him to respond with understanding rather than defensiveness. Lesson 5. Concentrate on virtue, focus on who you are, not what they say. In Stoicism, virtue is everything. Disrespectful words or actions from others do not define you, your virtue does. Seneca once said, "It is not the man who is too little, but the man who craves more that is poor." What he meant was, you are only impoverished when you crave external validation. Instead of focusing on someone else's disrespect, focus on your virtue. Are you kind? Are you honest? Are you courageous? If you are living in alignment with your values, then no insult can tarnish who you truly are. Let's say someone disrespects you in front of others, maybe at work or a social gathering. It's easy to want to defend yourself and prove your worth. But what if, instead of reacting, you centered yourself on your virtue? You know who you are. You don't need their approval to validate your value. Virtue is your armor, and nothing penetrates that when you hold fast to it. Lesson 6. Embrace acceptance. Disrespect is beyond your control. Disrespect, like any external event, is often beyond your control. Stoicism teaches us to embrace acceptance. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Accept whatever comes to you woven in the pattern of your destiny. For what could more aptly fit your needs? Accept that people will be rude, dismissive, or downright disrespectful at times. You can't control how they act, but you can control how you respond. When you accept this, disrespect loses its sting. You realize it's just noise, something external that doesn't affect the essence of who you are." Imagine a situation where you're belittled in front of others. The Stoic response: you accept it as part of life. Without internalizing it, you move forward, unaffected, because you understand that disrespect is not a reflection of your worth. It's simply something outside of your control. Lesson 7. Use humor. Lighten the load with laughter. Humor is a powerful Stoic tool. Seneca said, "It is the power of the mind to be unconquerable." One way to demonstrate that power is by using humor when faced with disrespect. Imagine someone says something rude or dismissive to you. Instead of responding with anger, you laugh it off. Not sarcastically, but genuinely. You show that their words hold no weight over you. Humor disarms the aggressor and shows that their words can't harm you. It communicates that your self-worth is too strong to be shaken by petty remarks. Picture Anna, a saleswoman, who deals with a rude customer. Instead of getting offended, she responds with a lighthearted comment, which diffuses the tension and shows that she's unbothered. Humor is not weakness, it's strength in disguise. It shows that you're above the pettiness of disrespect. Lesson 8. Set clear boundaries. Respect starts with you. While Stoicism teaches acceptance, it also emphasizes the importance of setting clear boundaries. Respect starts with you. You teach people how to treat you by what you tolerate. If someone repeatedly disrespects you, it's time to set a firm boundary. This doesn't mean reacting with anger or hostility. Instead, calmly and clearly communicate your limits. If they cross the line, reinforce those boundaries with action. Boundaries aren't about punishment, they're about self-respect. Whether it's a friend, family member, or colleague, boundaries tell others that you respect yourself enough not to tolerate disrespect. Lesson 9. Choose forgiveness. Let go of bitterness. Forgiveness is a cornerstone of Stoicism. Marcus Aurelius reminds us, the best revenge is not to be like your enemy. When you hold on to anger or resentment, you only hurt yourself. Choosing forgiveness allows you to let go of the emotional weight that disrespect can leave behind. Forgiveness isn't about accepting wrongdoing. It's about freeing yourself from the bitterness that can fester when you hold on to grudges. By choosing forgiveness, you maintain your peace of mind and emotional freedom. Lesson 10. Change your perspective. It's all in how you see it. Finally, one of the most powerful Stoic lessons is to change your perspective. Often, disrespect feels like a personal attack. But what if you saw it differently? What if, instead of seeing it as an insult, you viewed it as a test of your resilience? Every act of disrespect is an opportunity for growth. You can use it to practice patience, self-control, and wisdom. By changing your perspective, you turn disrespect into a stepping stone for personal development. Conclusion. Disrespect is inevitable in life, but how you handle it defines you. By applying these 10 Stoic lessons, you can face disrespect with grace, strength, and wisdom. You control your mind, not the actions of others. Let these Stoic teachings guide you to rise above the noise and maintain your inner peace. Which Stoic lesson spoke to you the most? Let me know in the comments. And don't forget to subscribe for more Stoic insights to help you navigate life's challenges with confidence and calm. Stay strong, stay Stoic.